Okay, so the Five Nights at Freddy's movie is out, and I absolutely loved it. Like Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, Cupcake, they all look great in the movie, right? Foxy, that guy. Cupcake, that guy. The other three didn't really do that much, but they're still those guys. You get me, right? But I don't understand why the movie is getting so much. From a lore standpoint, right? The movie much different than normal. It isn't supposed to be following the books or the game's storyline. It's obviously setting up its own storyline, which will become obvious later down in the movie. I'm not gonna reveal anything yet because those are kind of spoilers. In case you haven't watched it just as yet, I'm not gonna reveal anything. I'm gonna say spoiler warning before. But the games and the books are different from the movie's lore, and don't go into the movie if you haven't watched it as yet expecting them to be the same because they're not. They have they have what's the word I'd be use here? They have similarities here and there, or references to the books and references to the games, but they're not the same thing. So don't expect it. First of all, spoiler warning: the animatronics acting like kids with Abby makes total sense. They're animatronics. They're kids. They're kids in animatronic suits, right? They're not gonna be growing ups all of a sudden out of nowhere. Especially since we see the kids' souls in the movie. So I don't understand why people expect the animatronics to be on demon time like 24/7, which they kind of were with William actually. Explanation in that with that. Like, come on, do you remember this guy? Spoiler warning. In the end of the movie, when Springlock gets when Springtrap or William gets Springlocked, um, he drags him off into the background. They all just stood around and watched him get Springlocked. Cupcake even helped the Springlocks basically. Like that guy, he just pulled him off into the back rooms, which it looked like the kitchen actually. Now that I think about it. Apart from that, there's this one thing that everybody is complaining about, saying that the memes of oh we are FNAF together we are FNAF blah blah blah, where the animatronics and Abby are building a fort, but they're kids. Like, is something else to be expected? I don't really understand how that works, to be honest. But to be honest, even that scene was cool. Everybody talks about the scene where Bonnie is falling over. If you know, you know. Um, but it was all supposed to just be a joke for the movie. I can't expect every movie to be very serious, especially since this wasn't supposed to be a hardcore horror movie. It being PG-13 kind of says that, right? Is there anything to be said? The cameos in, well, three actually. Oh my god, I almost flicked off the camera. Corey, Matt White, and the I think it's the employee of the month board in the background. That employee of the month board have a bunch of YouTubers. I don't know if you want to call that a cameo or not. But both Matt Pat and Corey Kenshin are in the movie. Matt Pat is named Ness. Big callback to a meme way back when, where he said that Sans would be Ness. If you get it, you get it. But seeing Corey, it's kind of cool. Not gonna lie, I can see where this could like ruin the immersion for some people, but it's still really cool to. Now back to the lore of the movie. It follows a lore plot point where yeah, the murder still happened, the children still died, they still process animatronics, but instead Mike Schmidt, which we thought or which we theorized that from the games is Michael Afton going around to save the children or fix what William has done, his son, or William his father and Michael the son. Um, what William has done, it's not like that in the movie because Vanessa, aka I don't know if you want to say Vanny this early, but Vanessa is William Afton's daughter actually, and in the movie Mike Schmidt doesn't seem like he has any connection to William apart from that fact that William murders his little brother. Don't get me wrong, the spirits still vengeful, still on some demon time with William at least when they find out or when they figure out that William is actually the one that they're supposed to be pissed with and not Mike or not whoever Abby is angry with. Because if you notice in the movie, whenever Abby like scribbles out his face in the drawings, that's when the animatronics become hostile towards Mike. Apart from that, they didn't really care about Mike, to be honest. They were all great. I'm gonna show a scene with Foxy in like a second, but man, the animatronics, they look great. Not gonna lie. I was expecting them to look a bit goofy. Nope, nope. They all looked amazing. Not gonna lie. None of them, they didn't really move weird. There's this one scene that I was like, that's kind of weird, but it was this scene where Chica like lowered Cupcake into a vent and she was standing there with Bonnie. It looked just a little bit weird, but it wasn't really anything big, especially since Cupcake was that guy, and Cupcake kind of like pushed that guy out of the room into my boy right here. Foxy is that guy. Foxy just is him. Okay, huge spoiler warning for my boy because I'm gonna show a scene, and this was like my favorite scene out of the movie. But apart from that, tell me what was your favorite part of the movie down in the comments, and tell me, give me a reason why you don't like it if you don't, or what's one thing you didn't like about the movie, and tell me what's one thing that you did like about the movie because I'm not seeing much of that together.